botanical gel with like eco type hold, girl. Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel where I share my personal hair journey and tips, tricks, and product reviews to help you with your own. Today we are diving into the second Eco Slay styler, and that is the Jello Shot, which is the stronger hold sister of the Orange Marmalade, which we reviewed in my last video. I'd like to note here it says for rebellious curls. I don't know if my curls are rebellious, but you know, they headstrong. Get it? Anyways, so let's go ahead and get into the stats of this particular product. So you're getting 12 ounces of this product for $20. That is roughly like $1.66 per ounce. So as far as like just comparing all products in a flat line, no, it's not the cheapest product, but it is right around the price point of most of the botanical gels, because most of them are usually like, some of them go down as far as like 10, 12 ounces up to 16, and then they usually are priced somewhere in the 20s. So it's right in line with its competitors. It does have a pop top. I know y'all be like, why is she talking about the pop top? Let me talk about this. I think officially in this video, I'm gonna stop hating on the pop top. When Eco Styler started coming out with them, I was like, I don't like that. I might break that, I don't like it, so on and so forth. But I think officially in this video, I'm gonna leave the pop top alone because I ain't broke a pop top yet. So I'm gonna stop hating. It is what it is. As far as the scent of this product, it's strawberry scented, but it's a boozy strawberry. You know what I mean? It's a boozy strawberry, which makes sense because the product is called Jello Shot. And yes, this is what I would imagine a strawberry flavored Jello shot to smell like. So let me go ahead and get into the ingredients of this product. I'm going to do the first 5, but I'm going to skip all of the extracts so we can see what's really doing the work in this product. So the first 5 ingredients are water, aloe vera juice, pectin, propanediol, which is a preservative booster, and aminopropanol, which is a pH balancer. Now listen, this product has tons and tons and tons of extracts. It also has carbomer in it for thickening, and Eco Slay does this thing for each of its products where it has an extremely detailed ingredients page that literally gives you like a paragraph about every single ingredient in the product. So I'm going to link to the one that is for this particular product. And as far as the texture of this product, it is that typical clear gel styler that you would expect. I really didn't know what to expect because from looking at photos and other people using it, when you look in here, I don't really know what this is going to be like because it's black in there, it's dark. And so I was actually pleasantly surprised when I realized and I took it out and I was like, oh, it's like a regular clear gel. I honestly didn't know what to expect. Okay, so let's actually get into the use of this product, okay? So how I chose to use it. I chose to apply this gel with my regular wash and go method, which is putting my hair into 1-inch rows and raking through. I also chose to use a leave-in underneath, and the reason why is because the directions on this product are nearly identical to the directions on the Orange Marmalade. And as you guys know, I got a crazy strong cast from the Orange Marmalade, and there was flakes and whiteness and stuff, and I said, okay, so to mitigate that, I was like, basically I was afraid. So to mitigate that, I decided to use a leave-in, okay, and to do my regular routine since this was supposed to be a stronger hold gel. So the leave-in I chose was Paul Mitchell The Conditioner. The reason why is because Paul Mitchell is that leave-in I go to whenever I'm using a gel that I've never used before. It typically does not cause like flaking or any kind of negative interactions as far as how the gel looks when it's done, and it also typically does not interfere with the gel cast. If that product is going to have a strong cast, it will still have one, not weakened at all by the use of the Paul Mitchell. So that is why I chose to use the Paul Mitchell. As I was putting this gel in my hair, the texture of it kind of blended with the Paul to make kind of like almost like a jelly cream type, custard type texture, and it was very almost serum like with the smoothness. Like it was the smoothest rake ever. I was able to rake through so smoothly, and it kind of reminded me of the texture of Eco Curl and Wave, which is the pink Eco Styler, and of those like Ampro clear styling gels, the ones that are not intended for smoothing your edges but are actually for you to style a wash and go with. it very much felt like those gels, and I would say that those gels are probably a level 8 in hold. So I was like, okay, very interesting. When I finish each section, this is the kind of the moment of truth where I decide if I'm going to follow fully through with my regular wash and go routine or change it for the gel. And I decided to go like all the way in and just fully do my regular routine. So I did turn the water back on when I was done, dip my head for like 1 or 2 seconds, and then smooth the product back through. I did deviate from my regular routine as I did not apply more product as a topper over the top of that. I just let it be. And there is one section on my head, which I will show you in a little bit, that I did apply more product to because I thought it looked a little frizzier. But honestly, it doesn't look much different from the rest of my hair. So that's the point that I'm trying to make with that. But yeah, I chose to do the water thing, which is what I would normally do with my hair. Now the results, okay? The results of this product very, very, very much remind me of when I used the Soultanicals Drip and Grip for the very first time. And by that, I mean that there's not really much shine to it. You know, products create shine anyway, unless you have naturally shiny hair. I don't. It also was super defined. I had a lot of really defined hair, so go ahead, Eco Slay. There were places though where I felt like they could have been a little bit smoothed a little bit better, had a little bit more hold. So there's like a little bit of frizz in there. But again, I'm a type 4 natural. I'm not expecting my hair to be 100% frizz free, sis. Like, I'm really not. Plus, when this gel cast break up off, it's gonna blend with the frizzy parts and it's gonna look more natural. So I'm not too worried. But in the upfront style, you do want it to be as frizz free as possible. So a little frizzy, and then there's a little bit more volume in my hair than typically would be, which was of course smoothed down after I slept on my hair, which is why I do have second day hair in the clips that you guys see, because that is, you know, after I slept on it and, you know, mushed it down or whatever, some of the gel cast breaks off. So I know you guys are like, well, but you're not jumping around and hollering and screaming like you were in the Soultanicals video. And that's because that's the first time that I had tried a botanical gel that had strong hold. I was like, oh my God, a botanical gel with like eco type hold, girl. This time I'm less excited because like I've had more experience with those type. I really did jump into the botanicals last year, and so I'm not as surprised and shocked by it. But like, am I gonna give this its due? Yes, I am. Like, it's a botanical gel, and yes, sis, it is hard hold. It definitely gave me a firm cast here. This here is third day hair. I try to film these a little bit later so I can get like extra clips, you know. So this is third day hair, and as you can see, lots of definition up and through. Not really shiny. There are these parts though where I think it's whiteness, but then when I get closer or I move, I realize it's like just like a shiny bit of gel. Like it's like a shiny clump. That's kind of weird, and I know on camera that may read as whiteness. So if you're a YouTuber, letting you know about it. But if you don't make YouTube videos, that kind of doesn't matter, because no one in real life is gonna see that as whiteness. They're gonna see the shiny bits in your hair and be like, why you got shiny pieces? So there you go. That's day 3, so I know that this is going to, the gel cast is gonna break over the next couple of days, and this is gonna be long lasting, and I'm really happy about that. This is now a viable gel. It is in the rotation. So, as far as a repurchase, this is something that I have to repurchase. And the reason why is because I need more gel. I think I used I didn't use the whole thing, but I used a sizable amount of it. Like literally, if you can gauge how much is in there, it's like maybe this much is left. Enough to probably do a finisher like 2 to 3 times, but maybe not enough to do my whole head. I have to repurchase it to play around with it and experiment with how to get an even better wash and go with this, because like I said, it reminded me of the first time that I used Drip and Grip. I got better results with Drip and Grip when I learned how to use it better. You have to learn each individual gel. It's not just enough knowing your own wash and go routine. It's never been enough for me. So I'm gonna go back to what I said about it feeling like those level 8 type gels, the Curl and Wave and the Ampro. Those gels, I don't use leave-ins with those. So that could be an option to not use a leave-in, because those, I feel like those gels produce better results without a leave-in because they are softer hold. They're not level 10 hold gels. And then the Soultanicals thing, bringing it back to the fact that the results look very much like that with Soultanicals Drip and Grip. Soultanicals Drip and Grip, I found that the best wash and go for me with that product is I cannot do the water and extra product thing with that gel. Like, I literally have to rake the product through and leave it alone. I cannot put the water, no. That makes that gel have more frizz. It takes away some of the hold. I have a video where I'm talking about how to make every gel work, like ways to work with gels to make them work. And in that video, which I will link, you can see that I have a really defined nice washing gel that is done with Soultanicals Drip and Grip. And so you can see that that result looks different from this one. So there are things that I need to do to tweak this gel to get the best result with it. But as far as starting off and just using my default washing gel method, it's fine. Oh, and I almost forgot, guys. And this is the part where I went and added more product over after I rinsed. And I honestly don't see a difference. It looks the same as the rest of the hair. So that's how I know washing over with water is probably not ideal for this particular gel. It's just not the ideal method. That being said, this has been the end of the Eco Slay videos. So I'm gonna link the banana cream video over here, and I'm also going to link the orange marmalade video here if you want to continue watching those. Subscribe. I post videos every week, and I will talk to you in the next one.